What's up guys, TG back here with another video recapping and reviewing Mayans MC Season 4 Episode 5, Death of the Virgin. And man, was this a big episode. The episode starts off with the couple that Adelita has been following. We saw her tracking down the husband previously, but it's revealed that the wife is Potter's former assistant Anna. As Anna and her husband are in their home, Adelita approaches and breaks into the house with a brick. Anna tries to get her gun, but is not fast enough, as Adelita catches her and stabs her in the leg and the back. Adelita then leaves the room and kills Anna's husband and takes the baby. When she comes back, she kills Anna and leaves. We then jump over to Nails and Angel, who are discussing possible baby names, although Angel seems to not really be too interested. Afterward, we move over to Miguel, who is still building the wall. Thomas approaches him to say that his father said he can't speak with him anymore because he is a bad man. Miguel admits that he is bad, but Thomas doesn't agree, but he does still return to his father. We then briefly see Hope arrive at work, and we see Creeper and Cody together in bed. They keep talking about their dark past, and Creeper admits that he has seen too much death in his life, and especially with the mines. Easy goes back to the dog shelter to talk with Sophia. He thanks her for giving him advice on Sally and says that he wants to repay the favor by taking her out to eat. Sophia responds with a very dark story about her daughter drowning because she was too busy drinking to look after her. While telling the story, she has Easy help her put a dog down, and this dog is the same one that we saw get returned a few episodes ago. That was definitely a really dark and sad scene. We then go to Emily, who is walking home and starts getting followed by this man. She starts to run away, and a woman asks if she is okay, seemingly helping her. But it turns out she is working with this man, and they are both private detectives that know who she is. Emily tries to deny that she is actually Emily, going by a fake name. She also threatens to call the cops, but the PIs don't budge. They have a folder with her personal info and past, and tracked her down while looking into the death of Marlon. He is the one that wound up dead a while back after Easy went to go talk with him on behalf of Emily. Emily denies involvement with his death, but does answer a few questions about her relationship with him to get the PIs to leave. But they don't totally believe her because as they leave, they ask her, "Who did you hire to kill Marlon?" They also warn her, saying that if they can find her, so can Miguel or the Feds. Easy goes to visit JJ, and they have a discussion that is clearly filled with a lot of tension. They don't go into detail about what's going on, but before Easy leaves, he tells them that they will need to talk again soon. We briefly see Gilly playing golf, and he gets a call from his captain. Then we go back to Miguel, who is talking to his aunt. As they are talking, Martin approaches, frantically looking for his son Thomas. Miguel and his aunt go over to help him. Back over to Gilly, he arrives at his captain's house. She called him to help her because her husband, the one that is played by CM Punk, locked himself in a room with their son. When Gilly kicks the door down, Punk is trying to get his son to help him commit suicide. Gilly takes the gun from him and takes the son, and the wife goes over to help her husband. Back over with Hope, she's working her shift, but a customer gives her a hard time, so she throws a tantrum and leaves. And as someone who used to be a cashier, I hate the people that say, "Oh, this must be your first day." The most annoying shit ever. Back at the clubhouse, the Mayans from the other charters arrive for the Fallen Brothers ceremony. Conche tells Alvarez that Benquero won't supply them due to Randall's death. Alvarez responds by saying that they can discuss that another day, but today is to come together and remember their fallen brothers. We then get to see Benquero talking with his sister, who is trying to tell him that it wasn't the Mayans' fault and that Randall deserved what he got. She thinks that cutting off the Mayans will only hurt them, but Benquero doesn't care and has his mind made up. He is done with the Mayans. Back over with Miguel, everyone is still looking for Thomas, and then the LNG cartel arrives with his dead body. In despair, Martin runs over to his dead son and gets taken by the cartel. Back at the clubhouse, they have the ceremony to honor the Fallen Brothers. Afterward, Oakland President Diaz and Alvarez go to the table. Diaz says that the Santo Padre charter divides the club and that the club can't survive divided. Alvarez keeps trying to say that they need to put this mess behind them, but Diaz says that Santo Padre is a weed that needs to be ripped apart. Outside at the bar, the members from other charters are messing with Nestor and make a joke about Steve. Hank and Creeper stand up and remind the others that he was a patched member and they need to show him respect. The other members tell Santo Padre to follow Steve's footsteps and kill themselves. Hank approaches one of the members, but Easy gets in between them to try and stop a fight. But when the other member pushes Easy, he responds with a punch and a brawl breaks out. Marcus eventually stops it by shooting his gun at the ceiling and says that it may be time to take out the cancer. Later that night, Easy is at his trailer when Sophia arrives. She apologizes and the two start making out. During this, Easy gets a phone call but doesn't answer, and it's shown that Emily is the one on the other side of this phone call. She's at a payphone, but she gets scared off by a nearby car, so she hangs up the phone and runs away. We then go over to Oakland where Coco is there representing the Santo Padre Charter for their ceremony. He calls Hope and she tells him that she might need real help and that she's been struggling. Coco tells her that as long as they have each other, they'll be okay and stay clean. He says that when he gets back, he will take her out, and he says that he loves her. And then here comes the big WTF of the episode. You can feel it coming during that phone call with Hope. The Sons of Anarchy pull up and ambush the Mayans. They gun down a bunch of them before the Mayans even have a clue of what's going on. And then they leave. The camera pans through a bunch of dead Oakland members and then sits still on Coco, who is laying down, has blood draining from his head, and appears to be dead. And I mean, wow, this episode was definitely dark. I mean, we had the dog get put down, we had Thomas dying, the ceremony for the dead, and to top it off, they killed Coco, an important member of the Santo Padre Charter and a fan favorite. And I know some people have been saying maybe he survives, but I can't see that being the case. I mean, he looked dead. There was blood surrounding his head. So this officially marks the war between the Mayans and the Sons. Once word reaches Alvarez and the rest of the Mayans, they will want the revenge. Diaz, Conche, I mean, all of them will want to go after the Sons. And if you watched my previous videos, you know that Bishop and Conche are on my death prediction list, but Coco was there as well. I had a feeling, I just did not think it would happen this soon. It was definitely crazy and really sad, and I'm curious to see how the other Mayans of the club will handle it, especially Gilly. And it's also becoming clear that Santo Padre will not be able to exist with the other charters, at least not with Conche and Diaz in charge. Things continue to get crazier and crazier as each episode goes on, and at this point there is no way that there will be another dull episode for the rest of the season. Between the Sons and the Mayans war and the internal war that's going on, there's too much to ever slow down. It was yet another really great and dark episode that I loved. Coco is definitely going to be missed, and I mean, his death really continues to show that the Mayans, just like the Sons of Anarchy, can kill off a member of their show with the snap of their fingers, and they are not afraid to do it. But that is it for this video, guys, going over Season 4, Episode 5. I truly love this season, and this is a major death that we just got, and I definitely think there will be more coming soon. Like and subscribe if you enjoyed, and let me know what you thought of the episode down below in the comments.